Good morning. It's almost 7 o'clock. This is a requested video for kitchen organization. I wanted to hurry up and get this in before my kids wake up. So, what I want to be made known about kitchen organization is that it comes from the heart. It is less about techniques and storage materials and things like that. It's less about that and more about what's going on in the heart. Everything in the natural manifests from the spirit. Spirit realm is where everything occurs. That might sound a little deep for some people, but it's not deep at all. It's just the way things are. And when we fail to recognize what's going on in the spirit, we are not successful in the natural. Sometimes when we have issues in the natural and we don't look at the spirit, we're just going through the motions, going in circles. We're spinning our wheels because we're trying to fix something outwardly when really the issue is inward. So with kitchen organization, this might surprise you, but what's at the heart of kitchen organization is gratefulness. Gratefulness. When you are grateful, you will make do with what you have. When you are grateful, you will appreciate what you have. And when you appreciate what you have, you will get very serious about taking care of it. You will be grateful for the work that you've been given, and you will get serious about doing it well. When you are grateful, your work ethic for the work that you've been given will be great. You will work very hard to make sure that you are presenting your finished product as best as you possibly can. So how do I know that? I know that because I was ungrateful at one point for my kitchen. And I'm talking about the kitchen now, but this can apply for anything in life. So the last house that we lived in, my kitchen was much smaller, but I had really, really good storage. Everything had a place, everything was stored away. So when we moved to this house, the kitchen was much bigger, but the storage was inadequate. And that's what I was saying, inadequate storage, when in reality I just needed to adapt. And we'll talk about adaptation as well. So I did a lot of complaining. I had plenty of pity parties. But when I had enough of that, after I repented, I decided to change my heart. And when I changed my heart, I said, you know what? I'm going to be grateful for what I have, and I'm going to make do with what I have, do the best that I can. So when I changed my heart, then I was able to use my mind. I was able to use my mind to figure out the best way to make things work in my kitchen. So I started investing in anything that I needed to make my kitchen work right. I invested in it. Instead of just continually complaining about something, I used my money to actually get what I needed. So I'll show you the first example. These are cups. These are my kids' cups. We have 5 kids. So an issue that I had was a whole lot of plastic cups. I hated having just so many little plastic cups, and everybody lost their cup, and nobody knew where their cup was. And each child might have been using 3 cups a day. So what I did was I got rid of all of them, and I invested in these stainless steel cups, which look good, and they match my refrigerator. So I got these stainless steel cups off Amazon, and I even got a little silicone top for the baby. She's 1. Got her a little silicone top for a sippy cup. And that's another thing. Sippy cups, I don't like the plastic ones because it can grow like bacteria and mold, and if you're not paying attention, your baby can have mold in their cup. It's just hard to clean. I don't like it. So I like the stainless steel with the silicone top that I can just easily wash every day. So these cups, each one of them have a different marking on it. They have animals, mostly animals. The last one is a number because I had to buy a different set. But the kids, they know which cup is theirs. And they also know no cup, no drink. And they're pretty serious about it. If you give them the wrong cup, they will not drink off of it. Even my 2-year-old, you give her the wrong cup, she will not drink off of it. And that's exactly what I want. You know, it helps keep order. You take your drink and you put it back. And then another thing is keeping up with water consumption, which was a challenge. I just fill their cups up. I fill up everybody's cup. And if there's still water in your cup, then you didn't drink it. So I can keep track of that. Also, it's easier to just put some water in the cup for the little ones. So instead of them continually saying, "Can I have some water?" There's already water in your cup. Back here are these little teacups. My aunt gave me those. I like to use those for kombucha because you shouldn't use stainless steel for kombucha because it's a fermented drink and it'll react with the metal. So over here at the kitchen sink, I like candles because a lot of times I come in the kitchen early in the morning like I am right now, and I like to spend time in here. Sometimes I even pray in here, but I like candles because they make me feel good and relaxing, and I just like to have anything that is appealing to the eye, anything that goes through the eye gate that looks good. It helps your spirit. Sometimes stress and frustration can be directly associated to your environment. Just things looking disorderly or just not looking good, eyesores, it just frustrates you. These bottles over here, these are, pumps I keep. I have one for dish detergent. I have one for produce wash. And the other one I had for some Castile soap, but it's empty now. But I invested in these because I got tired of looking at store packaging, like a dishwashing liquid bottle. I just don't want to see that anymore. So I just invested in something that looks good, and I feel better about it. It makes me want to use the kitchen. It makes me want to cook, even if it's a harder day. Up here, you see, I have my pots and pans. I didn't have anywhere to put these before when I first moved here. I actually had these stored up top like this. I had them hanged up in my old house, but I did that because instead of me putting them down low in the cabinet and trying to get to them and reaching down there and trying to figure out which pot is which, I just put them up top. So, and I keep my pots clean too. That's another thing. Gratefulness. I'm grateful for these sets because my dad gave me one set, and my grandmother-in-law gave me another set, and I'm grateful for them. I had these sets for years, and they're still very shiny because I clean them all the time. When I use them, when they get blackened on the stove, I clean them. And I use this right here. This is called Barkeeper Spray. It's a powder. You use it to clean metals. You can use it for ceramic. And even this came in a little can, and I thought the can was ugly. So I put it in this cute little jar, poke some holes in the top. See, looks good. Because I have my things stored on the counter, and they're in view, in sight, so I want to make sure they actually look good. So these pots up here, I stored them up top. I use them every day. See how shiny that pot is? I use this more than I use anything. I use this the most, but I keep it nice. It's a little flawed, but I keep it nice because I appreciate it and I'm grateful for it. Over here, this is my equipment rack, and also have my little outside pantry. So these two racks, everything that you see here was once stuffed in my cabinets and on my countertop. Now that was my main thing that I was complaining about. I'm like, I don't have anywhere to put anything. I don't have nowhere for this stuff. So I stopped complaining, and this rack here, I had it in the basement. I brought it upstairs, and then I began to invest in jars. And these jars aren't even expensive. You can get like 12 of them for less than $20. But I got rid of all the store packaging, which was an eyesore. Every time I opened up a cabinet, things were popping out. I think people can relate to that. It's very annoying. And it's frustrating, and it makes you not want to cook. Now, I love to cook, but some people don't. And for some people, they may even like to cook, but it's difficult because of their lifestyle and their schedule. But just simple things like having things in packages and things stuffed and things that don't fit, that makes your experience more difficult. And those things add up. They add up to you saying, I don't feel like doing this, or they add up to you being overwhelmed. So you want to reduce your stress level at all costs. Anything that bothers you, do something about it. Don't complain, just do something about it. So I got rid of all the store packaging, and I put everything in jars. So here we have dried fruit. There's coconut, and figs back there, some dried orange slices and dates and things like that. I have nuts, lentils, cornmeal, bay leaves, popcorn, and these things change from week to week depending on what I'm making. But I like to keep things in the jars at all times. In my bigger jars, I store wheat grains, and then I got crackers, and then I have some little snacks down here, baking soda. And a lot of these things that you see here, I learned by watching. Like I have friends and sisters, and people who are older than me, and people who are wiser than myself. It's funny because a lot of people tell me that I'm wise and that I have a lot of wisdom, but the thing is, I listen. It's definitely from the Lord, but I listen and I watch people who know more than I do, and I learn from them through observation. But I learn, I watch people who have their things stored in. I'm like, great, I can do that. This here, I got these from Five Below. They were only $5, but I used to have my onions and potatoes stored in some other baskets, like produce baskets, but they got too small because our family's getting bigger, so we had more stuff at one time. So I wanted to get something where it could be concealed, because before I had like onion peels falling all over the place, and it was just ugly. I got sick of it, so I just stored it in here, and it looked good, and it was only $5. I got sweet potatoes in there. Ooh. I got sweet potatoes in there. We eat sweet potatoes for breakfast quite a bit. I like to put them in a crock pot at night, and then they're ready in the morning. Then we put dried fruit and nuts on top. I got some more equipment down there. Actually, some of that stuff is actually my oldest daughter's. She's an entrepreneur too. She wants to make cookies, so I let her have her little space for herself. So all this equipment, I have a lot of stuff, but most of it I didn't even buy. I say 80% of the things that you see, I didn't even buy. People gave it to me because they know, I like to cook. I'm a chef, so they like to bless me with things that they know are useful to me. Those are my old school books up there. Sometimes I use them. I got pressure cookers down there. One of the pressure cookers are older than me. My grandmother gave it to me. The other one is brand new. My brother actually gave it to me. I got a wok down there. He gave me a cast iron wok, and then I have like a traditional wok too. Even that griddle that you see down there, my other brother gave me that. Cast iron over there on the wall, my dad gave me that. So most of the stuff that you see, somebody gave it to me. Over here, I got my mixer, my Vitamix, and the Ninja. I only bought one of these actually. Well, I use the Vitamix to grind grains, and so I can make flour, and then I make bread in the mixer. The Ninja I mostly use for myself, just to make smoothies for me, like 1 servings. If I'm gonna make a smoothie for everybody, then I'll use the Vitamix. This right here, I learned this from my sister. This is a meal chart. She had to push me to do this because I do not like to commit to things. I'm not naturally organized. I was actually forced to be organized because as my family has grown and I've gotten more responsibilities and the things that I want to do in life, I have to be organized because I don't have time to fight, what I'm going to eat today and all that. So right here, you see breakfast, snack, lunch, second snack, dinner. And my older 2 girls, they can fix food. so they can fix breakfast for themselves. So they wake up, they check the chart, that's what they make. Snack time, that's what they make. Lunch is always leftovers from dinner. If we don't have any leftovers, we might eat something like tuna or a sandwich or just whatever. Then the second snack they have right before dinner. And then dinner, I do dinner. So a lot of times when people wonder how I'm doing all this stuff and they feel like I'm like Superwoman or something, it's not that I'm so much more capable than anybody else. It's that I'm creating a system, that I've learned to create a system that works itself. So instead of me having to do everything and creating a system around myself where I'm the only one that can do it, and if I don't want to do it, or if I'm unable to do it, then everything falls apart. I create a system that can be worked by anybody. So they check the chart. That's how you know what to eat. This right here, as you see, this is dinner. It's only 7 a.m., but I'm already prepped and I'm ready to go. I got black eyed peas that I soaked last night. And as you see on the meal chart, black eyed peas, cornbread, fried green tomatoes. So this is my dinner prep. I'm already ready to go. And do I do this every day? No, not really. I mean, I try to aim to, but hey, I'm learning myself. And I don't do perfectly all the time, but I strive. I strive to do better and better every single day. So these things here, I'm already ready for dinner. And even if I want, like if I'm unavailable, I can even tell my 11-year-old who I've already trained her. She has knife skills. I train her how to cook and do whatever I can ask her. Hey, I need you to go in there and, cut up the pepper and the onion or whatever. And even this dinner prep that you see here, I usually tell her to do it actually. So maybe right before I make dinner, I'll say, hey, Z, I need you to prep me for dinner. Or I'll tell Zoe, hey, Zoe, I need you to prep me for dinner. And they know that means check the chart, see what's on the chart, and go gather all ingredients necessary for what you see on the chart. So, see, when you do that, then you can work your system without being there. Now, before, when I didn't want to write on the chart and I didn't want to commit to a menu because I wanted to just change my mind whenever, that wasn't working out because I couldn't say, hey, go prep me for dinner. That means that I have to go and do it myself because I'm the only one that knows what we're having. But if I stay organized and I create a system that everyone is able to look at and operate in, then I can have help. And that's like one of the biggest things is when you have a growing family, you can't do everything yourself. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of women make. Even, when it comes to staying at home, or even if you're not staying at home, if you're working outside the home, when it comes to trying to do all these things, because we multitask so much, a lot of people think that it's all about doing everything on your own, and it's not. It's not. It's about training people to help you. And then everything works out. Everybody does their part. So let's see. Oh, I don't know if I showed. This is my knife bar. These knives that you see here. My knives are very sharp. I keep them sharp. So I can't store them in a drawer because I don't want my kids to get cut. And I found myself storing it in the windowsill, which was an eyesore. So what did I do? I just invested in this magnetic knife bar. It was only like $17, Amazon. I love Amazon. If you haven't heard yet, but I just invested in these. I just leave it right there. It's magnetic. It's convenient. When I need a knife, I just grab it and I put it back when I'm done. So that helps. Yeah. So this is how I just organize my kitchen. And like I said, I would think that most people, their kitchen is probably more efficient than mine, which I actually, it's kind of like a good thing. I kind of like that because when people see what I do, like if you see me post food on Facebook or you see or hear what I'm doing, a lot of times people I think they think more highly of me than they ought. And I'll be the first one to let you know that I'm not all that. You know, if I feel like people are like trying to lift me up too much, I like to abase myself, because if you allow people to lift you up, for one, you will be brought down. I don't want to be brought down. You have to give all glory to the Most High. I don't want to be brought down. I want to make sure He gets all glory, but also I don't want you to be disappointed and think that I can do something that you are not capable of. And I also don't want to put myself in a position where I can be exposed, right? But you can't expose me if I tell you already. If I don't lead you to believe that I'm more than what I am, then you can't expose me. So, yeah. So just know that all the things that you see me doing, it's not about me being some super, out of this world person. It's really not. It's about me listening, observing, praying. I pray all the time. I'm always praying for more wisdom. And I'm just trying my best to just figure out how best to make do with whatever I have. And I'm trying to get better and better all the time. I'm increasing all the time. I'm never satisfied with where I am. I want to be better, 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 better. So all the things that I've learned, I'm happy to share it with somebody so you all can do the same thing. So don't look at the things that I do and just think, oh man, how is she doing that? And that's, she's this and she's that. No, I want you to look at it and say, wow, how did you do that? Show me so I can do it too. So that's the right attitude to have. So like I said, kitchen organization and any type of organization in the house, it's about gratefulness. Be grateful for what you have. When you're grateful for what you have, then you will work with what you have. You will invest in things to make what you have better, to take care of it. When you're grateful for the position that you are in, you will work as hard as you can to produce well. And you will be appreciative. You'll be appreciative of everything, and never think that you deserve more than what you have. Like, that's another thing, never say that I should have this or I should have that, or I should have had this or I should have had that. Make do with what you have, where you are. Do the best that you can. I hope this helps you. And I'll probably be making some more videos soon. Bye.